Hello everyone again and welcome to another PHP programming tutorial. So in the previous video we had a look at creating strings and number variables and displaying them. And today we will have a look at conditions and using if statement. Okay, so servers are working, that's great. Let's run Visual Studio Code here. Awesome. And yeah, so okay, let me go here and say localhost and yeah, slash learning PHP. There you go. Oops, don't want Bing search here. Learning localhost slash learning. Yeah, this is, remove this part. Maybe I should put this as breakpoint so that I don't have to remember it every time. So since we are testing if statement, so I create a new file, call it 04 conditions and if statement .php, enter. Okay, so again, when you write a PHP script, you write this. There you go. That's awesome. So now, what are we gonna do? Is working with if statement. If statement is very straightforward. You write it like this: if condition, for example, 1/2 equals 0.5. Okay, this is something very obvious. Then this is the true part, and else this is the false part, right? So here I will say, for example, name equal Smith, semicolon. Now if I want to check the condition, if name equals, when you compare name, you write it like this, Smith, then echo hello Mr. Smith, how are you doing? Okay, and semicolon. Otherwise echo who are you? I don't know who you are. Okay, so basically this if statement will display our outgoing message if the name of the person, in this case it's fixed, it's Mr. Smith, and will return a different message if let's say it doesn't recognize the person. So let's save and let's go here and refresh. So this is the page. So I just click here. Hello Mr. Smith, how are you? Now I'll change this and add something. Okay, and now I refresh. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Okay, so now this is okay, it works, but we want to make things a little bit more dynamic. We want to pass parameters and work with them. Now it's a little bit early for this, but I want to only teach you the language. So we will pass parameters through the URL through get, and I will explain what this is. Basically, in the browser, you could pass information to the server when you call a page. In this case, this is the name of the page. Okay, and you could pass parameters. So here I'll put a question mark and I will say name equal Smith. Okay, and hit enter. and basically nothing happens because we didn't tell our script to get this value. Now this value is being arranged into an array. We will look into that later on, called the get array. So we will have a look at it, get only the name to make things a little bit more dynamic and easier to work with. So let's go back here. So name is going to equal, we'll have to access a variable. In this case it's $_get, and get is a predefined variable, a predefined array that contains all the variables being passed here. Okay, don't want to make it better, come on. Okay, so I open this and write name, there you go, and I save this. So let's have a look. So refresh. Hello, Mr. Smith, how are you doing? So here now I'm gonna change this to John and hit enter. I don't know who you are. Okay, that's fair enough. If I don't pass anything, I'll get an error if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I'm getting an error. Why? Because there is no parameter here. Okay, now this is a good thing because we want to, well, we don't want to display this warning, but to, check the name only if the name is provided. So I could write this condition if is set, and now $get name. In that case, okay, this is the code, else echo you did not provide your name in the URL, semicolon. Okay, so this is very straightforward. The isSet function takes, in this case, the parameter, which is get the name, and if the variable is being set, it will return true. And and that means basically you could read the value of the variable being passed and then do whatever you want with it. Now, if the value is not set, the code will jump to this point and it will display the message, we did not provide the name in the URL. So let's save this and let me refresh. You did not provide the name in the URL. And now I will say name equal Smith, enter. Hello, Mr. Smith, how are you doing? I'm gonna make this Todd. Okay, who are you? I don't know who you are. And I'm gonna say, well, I will change this to name. And it's saying that I didn't provide the name. Why? Because the variable here is case sensitive. So I passed name like this, and it is expecting the variable to be like this. Okay. Anyway, so this was something quick to test the if condition. Very straightforward, right? Yeah, very straightforward. Now, let's add a little bit more code to this. Okay, so here I will comment all this part and make a little calculator. Okay, now this calculator will get two numbers, a and b, find out what the sum is, and then output the sum. So basically we need first to get the parameter of the parameter a, or the number a, from the get, and then we get b from get, finally combine them. So a equal get a, and b equals get b, and we have c equal a plus b, then echo A plus B equals C. Okay, something very straightforward. I didn't add any validation here at all, right? So let's have a look. I refresh this and get an error because I'm trying to get parameter A, and it's saying here undefined array key, doesn't find it, and also trying to get parameter B. So I don't have the two variables, so it doesn't work. So I have to pass the parameters. So I'm gonna do the following. I'll say A equals 10, and to pass another parameter you say and B equal 20, and hit enter, and 10 plus 20 equal 30. Very straightforward. Okay, but to make things a little bit better, we need to add what? Add if statements to make sure no such error happens. So, and now to make sure that a parameter is being set, we just say if is set the parameter A, and at the same time is set the parameter B, then everything should work well. Otherwise, equal please pass parameters A and B in the URL, semicolon. We save this. Let's go and refresh. So far no problem. I'll remove this one. Please pass parameters A and B in the URL. So now it's expecting me to pass two parameters, and it's checking these two parameters. Well, what happens if we say B equal hello? In this case, we are getting an error. Why? Because as you can see here, we are trying to perform an addition. This is a number because we passed what? The value 10, so PHP converts this from string to the value 10. But this second one is what? Is hello. And there's no way to convert hello to a number that will be added here. And this is why you are getting a fatal error. What this means that we need to add another condition, another if statement to make sure that these values are numbers. Okay, so I think there is if is oh, wait a minute, we read the values first and then if is a numeric. Okay, so is a numeric basically will check if the value is numbers only or a valid number. Okay, so finds whether a variable is a number or a numeric string. So basically I'm gonna say if this one, and okay, I want two things to be checked here. Is a numeric $sign B. Okay, so if a numeric A, if a numeric B, in that case, sorry, I will display the message, else otherwise echo both variables need to be a valid number, to be valid numbers. Put a semicolon here. Okay, we save. Now we refresh. So now we don't get an exception, we don't get an error, but basically we get this message: both variables need to be valid numbers. So here if I say 11.3, press enter, and it's working perfectly. Yeah, so this is what if statement look like. It's very straightforward. This is the AND condition, the OR condition looks like this, and the NOT basically is like this. Okay, so very straightforward and very similar to other programming languages like C# and yeah. So I don't think this is difficult, and I think we could now go into another thing after the if statement, in this case loops. Okay, because loops are actually also condition. So let me first commit the changes of you didn't forget about git. So here's 04 conditions and if statement, and we commit this one. So now we will create a new file 05 for loops.php. Enter. Very straightforward. We save here PHP. Well, basically for loops are very similar to the ones in Java or in C# or in C. Basically you write them like this, and you don't have to initialize define the type of the variable. Again, you just write the variable name, I equals 0, initial value, I smaller than 100, and I plus plus. And in this case I'm trying to display the values from 0 to 99, so I'm gonna say echo $i $i dot br. Okay, that's it. So I'm writing the number followed by this one. Let me show you that the number alone. Let me show the number alone first. So here, let me go back. Learning PHP. Okay, let me go here. So you can see this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's combining them together because this is how the browser displays them. The values are being streamed one after another. So we add this br slash and double quotation, and now we refresh, and we have the values from 0 to 99. Okay, very straightforward. Not much need to explain there. Maybe we display the values from 0 to 99. There you go. And since we finished this one, I'll just comment it out. Okay, so now the next one will display odd numbers between 0 and 99. There are two ways to do this. I will do the one using if statement. So for I equals 0, I smaller than 100, and I plus plus, I plus plus. And basically, by the way, if it is one statement are being executed inside the for statement, you don't need this bracket. I am used to add these brackets even if it is a single statement, just to make it easier to read for me. Okay, so this is personal, you don't have to do it. So if I modulus 2 equals 0, this is an even number. Okay, even numbers can be divided by 2 without a remainder. Okay, so if it is like this, you could just say echo sorry, I dot br yes. So let us refresh this, and you can see these are the odd numbers, and if you want to display the even numbers, you write this. Sorry, these are the odd numbers. What did I say? Yeah, this is for the even number, right? So now this is even number. For the odd numbers, either the remainder of division is 1, or you could write it like this: the remainder of division does not equal to 0. This will display odd values. Okay, so odd values, as you can see, very straightforward. So this is one way to do it. Another way is to, well, instead of increasing the variable by 1, you just say I plus equal 2, meaning you increase the variable by 2. So in this case, you don't even need the if statement. Simply start from, if you are trying to display the even numbers, start with an even number. Okay, and you will get all even. If you want to display odd number, let's start with an odd number, and you have all odds. And this should work faster than the previous method because you are not doing extra checks and increasing, making a loop go through 100 iterations. In this case, you are only going through 50 iterations without needing to check anything. So more efficient, but whatever. Anyway, yeah. So this is displaying odd numbers, and yeah, very straightforward. And actually, you could make this even smaller. This is the whole thing. Okay, yeah. Again, you don't need the brackets. I only put them to make things a little bit more clear for me. Okay, so since we did this, let us just, sorry, yeah, let us display the multiplication table. Okay, so now for the multiplication table, display all the multiplication tables for the numbers 1 through 9. Okay, okay, so here I'm gonna do the following. First, let's display multiplication number for one number only. Okay, so here n and b are equal to, let's say. Now for I equals 0, I smaller than 10, actually anything, yeah, start, and I plus a plus, and I will say echo $number dot times, this tag inserts the multiplication sign, okay, in HTML, dot I dot equals, and all I have to do is number multiplied by $I, followed by br/semicolon. Okay, and something is wrong certainly, so number times blah blah, Oh, forgot the dot operator here for concatenation, and we save. That's it. Let's go and refresh, and you got this. So it seems that yeah, wasn't it times or what? Was it like this? I think it was something like this, probably. I'm not sure. Yes, it's something like this. This special symbol in HTML. Yeah, so you have 2 by 1, 2 by 2, and so on. Okay, so now this is the multiplication table for one number. So we need to make this multiplication table for all the numbers. Simply do the following: 4, and here, sorry, number equals 1, and number smaller than 10, and number plus a plus. Okay, tap tap, there you go. So now these are nested loops. So this is the outmost loop, and this is the internal loop. Okay, so when the number here, the first iteration for this one number is 1, it will display the whole table. Next, when this one's 2, it will display the whole table for 2, and so on. Let's see them first. Run, and you got it. So this is the multiplication table for the first one, this multiplication table for second one, multiplication table for third and fourth, and so on. Very straightforward. Okay. Now let's put a separator. Go here, go here. And after displaying the whole table, I will just say echo br slash. Okay, no conditions here, that's fine, just for loops. Now if we refresh, okay, so each multiplication table now appears separately. Very straightforward, very easy. Okay, yeah, so one last thing regarding the for loops. Let us do or render a Happy New Year tree, probably. Okay, so if you think about it, the tree appears like a pyramid. So well, basically it appears like this. 1 2 3 4 5, that is what, 5 spaces followed by 1 star, 5 spaces by 1 star. And then what do we have here? We have 1 2 3 4, 4 spaces followed by 3 stars, right? So 4 spaces followed by 3. And the next thing to do is we have 3 spaces followed by 5 stars, right? So we have 5 followed, sorry, 3 spaces followed by 5 stars, and so on. So you can see there's a pattern here. The variable decreases, and the other one increases by what? By 2. So let us do something like this, right? Very straightforward. So render a new year tree. Okay, so for I equal, again, the number of spaces decrease, right? So we will start with 20 space. Okay, and now the I should be greater than 1, and I minus minus, because I want it to decrease, so I am using minus minus to decrease the number of spaces. Okay, at the same time I need to stars equal 1. So render spaces. Okay, so here I will just say echo, sorry, for j equals 0, j smaller than I, j plus a plus. Now, we already know that spaces does not get rendered on HTML. So I need to echo something a little bit different. So I'll say echo, I think you need to write something similar to the times, and this is and sp semicolon if I'm not mistaken. So this is it. And now render the stars. So now for j equals 0, j smaller than stars, and j plus plus. Okay, so here I'm starting with 0 and increasing j until it reaches the number of stars. Okay, so here I'll just say echo star. There you go. And when everything finishes, I'll just say echo br. So I go to the new line, and also the number of stars need to be increased by 2. So stars plus equal 2. Yeah, I think this will display the pyramid first. So let's see. Refresh. Oops. Yeah, the and sp doesn't work. Let me see how to display space in HTML. Okay. I think and sp semicolon. Oh, it's mbsp. mbsp. Ah, there you go. So mbsp, we save this, and let's go back here, refresh. Yes. Okay, so it's working, but the reason for these is for, it's shared like this, is because the space takes less width than the star. Okay, so this is why we are getting this. Anyway, but this is the basic idea. Now let's just add the log of the tree, right? So all we have to do, so now I will just say for I equal 0, for I equals 0, I smaller than 10, I plus plus. Okay, now we are gonna leave 19 spaces, okay, because basically we are the location of the star or the middle of the tree should be about 20, so 19. We will go to 19 before that and write 3 stars, right? So all I have to do is just write the following: for j equals 0 and j smaller than 20 and j plus plus. Okay, and all I have to say echo and mbsp semicolon. Okay, so when this one finishes, we just say echo star 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 semicolon and then echo br slash and close it. Yeah, so this should do it if I'm not mistaken. Refresh. Yeah, maybe instead of 20. What? Yeah, actually it's under the star, but it's sheared, so maybe I'll make this 25, you know. It's not the best, but I think it will do, as you can see. And maybe instead of 10, I'll make it 5. And finally, I'll just say echo h1. I'll make this a heading 1. Happy New Year, everyone. And we should get something like this. Happy New Year, everyone. Okay, so this is what we can get using for loops. Okay, yeah, so I guess that will be all for today. So let me just comment this before for loops. Comment this here. Yeah, so that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it's easy. We will use these and review them for loops if statements again and again. So don't worry if you didn't get everything. And that's it. And have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye.